Morning, subscribers. I am getting gas on my way to school. My intro to law class, I think there's only one or two more classes, so I'm really glad because that's Monday at 9, and then all my classes will be at 2. We take this intro to law class, and it's got 0 credits. I mean, we learn stuff and it's still good, but I'll appreciate when I don't have to do it anymore. So just to update everyone too on how things are going with Serenity's biological father being out of prison. The weekend went fine. I was expecting, because there's a chance for her to have like PTSD. I mean, she's diagnosed with PTSD, so there's a chance of her having like reactions by her father being out of prison that would have triggered trauma. I did this weekend have her write down her experience, thoughts, and feelings. I told her it's her private journal that no one's to read. Like, it's just for her, but like this is a pretty big deal in her life, and so I want her to write down whatever. I can give her questions, or she can just write down her experience. So, my bigger concern, which hopefully I'm wrong, but I predict that the father's current state of mind is this I don't want to call it an obsession, but maybe like a fixation, I don't know, on Serenity, and having her will subside, and that due to the fact that he's got no control over anything in his life right now. He just got out of prison, and his mother is like probably pushing him to want her or demand her back. It's motivating his actions, and within a few weeks or a few months, he will become a little more acclimated to freedom and lose interest in the responsibilities that come with parenting. I might be wrong, but that's what I assume is going to happen, which is what I'm actually afraid of, because the damage that's going to do to her, I don't even know. And so, I mean, this is one of the reasons we have the skills trainer come over and a counselor once a week. I have just a circle of support around her to teach her healthy coping skills, so that as she starts to get potentially rejected again by her own family, that she'll be better equipped to navigate it. Although no matter what, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be hard. But I pray that the supports that are set up around her are helpful. I really pray that her father doesn't actually lose interest and increases interest and makes choices to be responsible to the point that he wants to be a father of life. That would be remarkable. But until that happens, I'm going to prepare for the worst and try my best to set up as much supports and stability around her so she can help her navigate this stuff. I cannot even imagine what she's going through right now. She's such a resilient, beautiful little child. If only the adults appreciated that. So I took another exam today. It was an essay in constitutional law. I have time this weekend. I got all the, because we have weekly assignments, reading and the such. So I was able to get all the reading done, as well as study and review for this. And then there's the gentleman, Keith, in my class, who's super good at con law. And so I asked him a couple questions and discussed things. So I was writing my own because we could take it in a one-page thing. I started writing my own, and then from all my other notes. And then my other classmate, Bridget, wrote one for all of us to share. And so then Keith edited that, and then I printed it and was like working with it. And so just a couple things like I wanted to change, or I want it on there, because really, like, there's some, like, if it's in my head, I don't need it on the sheet, and if it's not in my head very clearly, then I want it on the sheet. And my biggest problem a lot is some, like, just kind of like, I've got these general concepts in my head, but like the actual articulation of the legal lingo, I'm not as strong in. So there's something called the original jurisdiction doctrine, which is from Marbury versus Madison, one of the very first cases, and it's where the Supreme Court declared like their own power to define the Constitution. So part of that, that came out of that, the original jurisdiction doctrine, is that the Supreme Court has original jurisdiction to hear like cases that are like states suing each other, and just a couple other specific things, like 3 or 4 specific like definitions, and that this doctrine cannot be changed or edited. And so I just wanted to, like, I missed a question when we had the essays, or not the essays, but the multiple choice. I missed a question on it, and I didn't even know that's what the question was asking. And even when the teacher like reviewed everything the following week, I still, like, that one I still did not comprehend. And so then I went back to class the following week and like went over that section with the professor and Keith both, that one question on the multiple choice. So this was like 3 weeks ago or something, to try to like review it. It's not a complicated theory, so I'm not sure what my issue is, but thank God, because that was one of the questions. There was 2 questions we had to write essays about, and the other one I just pretty much missed completely. But like, with that said, like, it's so peculiar because like, I didn't do great. Like, it's sure as hell not like an A+ paper. The truck next to me is covered in mud. That's funny. I didn't do great with it, but so he told us that the class of 45 in Grand Rapids that took it this morning did really poorly. But like, the 4 of us in our class are super remarkable. I'm sure I'm like the lowest of the remarkable. So, and I'm not modest. Like, if I know stuff, I acknowledge I know it. Like, this class is a challenge to me. I appreciate the challenge. I love it. And I will keep working harder and harder until I get it. But it's not like just coming to me naturally and quick. And I'm not probably as far along as the other students. I'm rambling right now. Luckily, we are switching to go to individual rights, and that is something that I get. This other stuff, the actual like Constitution, I don't get as well, but the amendments and individual rights, that is the one that like I get fired up, and my brain like comprehends everything, and I'm able to like argue it. So that's good to be shifting into something I can do better with. But there's a car just stopped at a green light, probably on their phone. I'm talking about them as I'm talking on my phone. The difference is I'm hands-free and I'm watching the road. So teacher told us morning class bombed the test, and that he might put the group of us in with that class, or he might not. You ready? Me mug. Seriously, she's on her phone. She's like driving like this. Come on, lady. She's going 10 below the speed limit. Ugh. So, might put us, might not. Then he said, "Do you guys want me to tell you what it's about?" So we were like, "Yeah." So we stayed so he could tell us. And like, everyone missed the first question except for the guy that's super good in, he used to be his U.S. history teacher. And he even said, "You know what? Like, I wrote my essay, and it wasn't until after I was reviewing it, like the last 2 minutes of the test, that I realized like this was the issue." And so like I added it in really quick, but like he's like, I didn't even get that. So if the kid that gets this, the man, he's not a kid, if the man that gets this better than any of us didn't get that question, that's a pretty good sign. So the test will be graded on a curve. And the teacher also said, like, I like the teacher a lot. He said, like, if everybody got 2 out of 10 on the test, then clearly, like, it might not be the students that's the problem. problem, like how I asked the question. Although like he was intentional about putting clues in there, I didn't get it. I didn't get any of it. So, and I think we were all kind of expecting and probably spent more energy preparing for stuff we'd learned about in the last few weeks, whereas this was about stuff we learned about the first week. So, and the second one, I don't feel like I wrote it perfectly. Like, I don't think I would get like a 10 out of 10 on my explanation, my analysis, or like how I define the rule. I don't think the rule is like precise, but like a 7 out of 10. Like, I'd get a C on it probably. And at this point, that's a success. That other one I just got wrong, so whatever. And I thought I actually did okay on that first one. I felt confident on the first one, and the second one I was like, oh, my wording's not right. Oh well. I also, he forgot to bring his blue books, and so he's like, just get out paper, or just don't have a computer. I was like, I got my computer. Oh, I like typing so much better. Like, I had more time because I type way faster than I write. I had time to like review it and reread to make sure like I was clearly articulating my thoughts. So I definitely like taking the test on the computer, the essays, more than by handwriting them, especially in con law where I'm already challenged. This is me breathing. My son, holy crap. So like it's just nothing but like arguing and nitpicking. He's making me crazy. He so he made dinner, very nice. He and my mom made pancakes and bacon. That's great. This light is so weird in here. Well, it doesn't help that my phone's broke. How's that? I don't like it. I should probably pick a pose before I instead of rolling around. So we're waiting for the skills trainer to finish up with Serenity. We got about 10 minutes. I say clean up the kitchen. This shit drives me crazy. There's like a bunch of eggshells in the sink. Why wouldn't you just put them in the compost container? It's right beside the sink. Oh, my mom did that. My mom is nasty when she cooks. She makes these huge unnecessary messes and it drives me crazy. So, like, all the cabinets are dirty. The shoot along her because she and David are cooking. I don't want to do that shit. So I'm cleaning it all up, though. I tell David, get out the syrups and butter and everything for dinner. As soon as the skills trainer leaves, we can eat. So he grabs one syrup. And I was like, don't forget the one in the door. I like that one. He's like, well, then you get it out. Shuts the refrigerator and refuses to get it out. Like, disrespectful as hell. Like, since I got home. Not in the mood. So I realize like I'm on my last nerve. So I go up to my room. He follows me up here. It's like when they're annoying you, like they just won't stop. I say, get out of my room. Like, give me space. I need time alone. Leave me alone. Stands at my door and like nags at me. Now I can hear him ripping out all the pages to the journal because he's supposed to write it every day. So instead of just writing whatever he's supposed to be writing, he's tearing up everything else he's wrote. And I need to finish my torts homework, and I need to go to the grocery store. Whoosh, stress. Yep, that's what I'm feeling. Still. Oh, look at this. So we just finished dinner and did the dishes, and like all three of us were there, and David's still like just being shitty, bitchy. We finish. He finds a cup and he tells Serenity, you need to rinse that out, because I guess they have a deal that she like rinses all the dishes and then he does everything else, wipes down cabinets, puts the dishes in the dishwasher, or whatever. Everything else that needs to be done. She says it. So she says that empty water cup doesn't need to be rinsed down and just be put in the dishwasher. He spits in the cup. Are you kidding me? He spit in a cup. That boy tonight, he is pushing my last nerve, to say the least.